Hey there, it's Monique here. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm really excited to be with you guys tonight because I am making a dish which is so freaking tasty and so easy to make. I literally cried with joy when I was eating it because really this ticks all the boxes. We've got a lot of protein, we've got some plant. Oh, too much sound going on every time on my computer. Yeah, it's got loads of protein, some good fats, and lots of plant going on as well. So if you've seen in the description, tonight I am making a family favorite, chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. Now, if you're like me and you've been working at trying to lose weight and you've embarked on a low carb way of eating, which has certainly worked for me. So I've lost 40 kilos in weight, particularly over the last 6 months. I've lost about 10 kilos just living low carb and not eating refined flour, no sugars or starches. By transforming my food, I've been able to naturally help my body reduce the inflammation, turn back the clock with aging. People keep saying I'm looking younger. I have gone from being pre-diabetic to being really healthy. I no longer have high blood pressure, and the bonus is I've also dropped 2 dress sizes as well. So it's been really cool for my health, and I get to eat delicious food like I'm going to make tonight. So firstly, hi Jen Turley, good to see you in the stream. Who else is this watching? Oh, there's so many people. Ivan Tuatahi, good to see you. Who else is watching? Sunny Singh, Simon Swain watching from the UK. Hi to you. Good to see you guys. Now, while we're going live tonight, I'm going to be live for about 25 minutes making these chicken tenders or chicken nuggets, low carb way. Please ask any questions you might have about weight loss, about your health. If you're really struggling, if you've got unexplained weight gain, you don't know why, let's have that conversation while I am cooking dinner tonight. So I do eat quite a bit of chicken. I tend not to eat too much meat. I like to get protein from lots of different sources. And in fact, on the front page of my website, moniquebradley.tv, I actually have one of my latest blog articles, which I put up last week, which discusses the fact or the topic of protein. So when you're a low carber, you reduce your processed carbohydrates, so your starches and things like that. And what you do is you actually end up increasing all of your, just put this in the rubbish, you increase your protein content and you increase your plant content by a heap, and you also increase your fat content as well. So that's kind of a little bit how low carb works. Because you don't have as many carbohydrates, your body doesn't process carbs for fuel. It starts to actually process your stored fat cells. So it's a really quite amazing process, and you end up kind of re-engineering the way your body works. And for me, it's actually helped me lose quite a bit of weight. So it's been great. Now, you may have heard of keto, the keto diet. That was originally developed by healthcare professionals to treat people struggling with epilepsy. And then they noticed that a lot of the people who were on that diet were actually losing weight as well. So whatever diet you choose, I don't believe there's one size fits all. I do believe that it's about finding the right way to lose weight or to eat well, that it doesn't create inflammation in your body. You end up using your food and your fat cells as fuel. And that's really what's been the change for me. So, got chicken breast here. I've cut it up into slices, and in fact, I might even make them thinner. So we're going to do more like chicken tenders tonight. Now, normally with a chicken tender, you would cover that in batter. But of course, I can't have that because it kind of upsets my stomach and it gives me all the symptoms of IBS. So for me, I've basically worked out, or done a lot of research on how I can transform recipes into low carb versions that don't upset my tummy. So if you're new to this way of eating, or you're new to my live streams, I might, instead of using something like refined white flour, I might use, say, an almond meal or a coconut flour to create recipes. Now, using almond meal is not quite the same as using a normal white flour. It doesn't quite work the same way, particularly if you're making cakes and biscuits and things. So it's really important that when you're working with almond meal, that you actually get all your measurements, particularly with cakes, which is more like, it's a recipe, it's more like a science experiment. You want to get all of your measurements correct as much as possible. With something like this, seriously, this is so easy, the kids can do it. And really, it's just a case of assembling a few ingredients, doing a few things, and slapping it in a fry pan. That's why I love it. Oh, hello, everybody. James Kingsland, good to see you. Stephen said you look stunning. We need the recipe. Well, that's a really good point, James. Hello, Stephen, also watching. I know you are. The recipe is already loaded into the front page of my website. So there you go. When you head to my website, it's got all the details about how, if you want to get serious about your health and your life, you can actually join my Facebook group as well. With that Facebook group, you get additional recipes and a 20-minute Skype call with me. So it's really cool. And yeah, you can ask me questions about, you know, why you're not losing weight, what's happening with your tummy, and all the things that I've basically researched over the last 25 years. Right. So instead of making a batter, I've got an egg. So this is, I guess, probably how you would maybe coat a schnitzel or something like that. So I hate eggs on my hand, eh? We're replacing that batter that you would get. Hi, Auntie Sandra as well. Nice to see you on the stream. We're replacing the batter with this absolutely delicious crumb. So to make that crumb, I'm using almond meal, and I use it a lot. The great thing about almond meal, it's higher in fat, so you only need a small amount if you're using it for, if you're going to eat it. It will keep you fuller for longer, and again, with this way of eating, you want to basically retrain your body to start burning your fat cells as fuel. So I'm going to coat this, and it's really coarse and lovely, but great in cakes. You can't even tell that, you know, it's low carb. I've put in my recipe about a cup, but we're going to see how we go tonight. I've got quite a lot of chicken going on. And then one of the things you want to look out for is a really good spicy seasoning. So tonight, because I'm thinking KFC. How do I make my own form of KFC? And I thought, well, that's kind of the south of America and the southern states. I'm thinking slightly Cajun seasonings. So that's what I found, a bit of Cajun seasoning. And basically you want enough to sprinkle on the top. If you put too much more, it will be too pungent. It'll be too salty as well. So you don't want to put too much. You want to mix it through. I will put a bit more of a sprinkle in there as well. And that's going to become your crumb mixture. And it's, yeah, super, super tasty. Hi, Anne Medley and Morris Simonson. Good to see you on the stream tonight as well. Remember too, team, I can see you. Ask me questions. Say hi. I love hearing from you. Right. Gonna whisk up your egg, James. I hope you're taking notes, my lovely, because, you know, you're the domestic goddess, so I need you to make these. And honestly, they cook really, really fast. So you're going to whip that up like that. And then, this could not be simpler. Seriously, good project for the kids to do. You dip it in there, dip it on the other side, dip it in your crumb. So let me show you again. Dip it in there, dip it on the other side, and then you dip it in your crumb. Now when you put it in your crumb, this is the only slightly tricky bit, because you basically don't want it to uncrumb, if there is such a thing. So you want to dip it in there so it's coated on both sides, and then get it ready for the fry pan. So just flip it over, and I mean, look at that. So you get this delicious, you cannot tell that this is not breadcrumbs. This is what I love about this. It is so crazy easy. And look, the benchmark really is, if Monique can do it, anybody can do it, because I am by no means a domestic diva or a domestic goddess at all. In fact, until I started doing low carb, I couldn't really cook, which is ironic really, because my mother is actually a cooking teacher. Oh, I use the same tongs, but that's all right. I'm not judging myself, we're okay. So the idea is to try and have your pieces all about the same size. And the reason you want to do that is it means they will all cook, of course, at the same time, at the same rate. Just like that. What do you think? It's pretty easy, eh, guys? Super easy. And then basically we're going to pop it in the fry pan. Well, we're going to do that tonight. But if you want a slightly healthier option there, what you can also do is you can actually bake it in the oven. And to do that, you want to set your oven to around 200 degrees on fan bake, because everything is fantastic at 200 degrees on fan bake. And you're going to pop them on a baking tray covered with greaseproof paper, with baking paper. And then what I would recommend is you get some olive oil and you place it inside one of those olive oil pumps. They usually, you have to kind of screw them on and it creates a vacuum seal inside. And that allows you to be able to spray a mist of olive oil over your product. I prefer olive oil or avocado oil. I think they're tasty and they're the safest ones for high heat cooking as well. Not that we're deep frying or anything like that. I just think they're a better option. There are some oils out there which can turn a little bit nasty on a high heat. In fact, avocado oil is the safest of all the oils at that high heat. And of course, there's so many benefits with avocado oil as well. So there you go, look, super simple. I'm gonna do a couple more, but while I do that, I'm actually gonna put my pan on. And I'm gonna show you how quick these are to make. When it comes to serving, what do you normally have with chicken nuggets? You normally have something like, maybe like chips, right? Chips. Well, not me. I, in fact, replaced it last night with this huge pile of steamed cauliflower, which I actually did in this new cooking bag, which I can use in the microwave. It's called the Super Chef bag. It hasn't been released in New Zealand yet. I'm doing all the trial recipes for it right now in my kitchen, and it really is amazing. So I steamed half a cauliflower in, I think it was 4.5 minutes. Absolutely beautiful. Steamed it with some Cajun spices on top again, a little bit of paprika, and again, perfect to replace chips. So if you are low carbing and you're missing chips or something like that, do think of steamed cauliflower or roasted cauliflower as a really good, wholesome, really super tasty alternative. James, you can taste it as well, can you? I bet you can. This is, look, seriously, so good. Next time you guys come around my way, you have to come and visit and I'll make these for you because they really are easy. So yesterday at the supermarket, when I went to get my ingredients, basically I think my Cajun spice huge container was only $1.99. I'm using about $1.50's worth of to $2 worth of almond meal, and the chicken would cost me, oh gosh, maybe $5. Now, these chicken tenders would feed probably 4 people. So it becomes a really cost-effective recipe. I'll just go and put my pan on. And fast. That's what I like about it. And it's a sort of dish which you can feed to your whole family, even if they're low carbing or not. It's kind of the sort of recipe that everybody's going to enjoy. So my oven takes a couple of minutes to, well, sort of 30 seconds to a minute to heat up. So on my stove top. So I'm going to heat that up first because I really want to, as soon as I get that oil in there, I really want it to sizzle. So that's kind of the first port of call. And I'll grab a couple more pieces there like that, because basically I want to take them straight from that plate and load them all into that pan all around the same time, because they're all going to cook around the same time. So easy like that. How are you guys going anyway? Are you all doing well? Hope so. Look at that. Perfect. Looking really good. Right, over to the stove top, my lovelies. Here we go. Now I won't be able to see you. Hello, Venkateshveni. I hope I said that right. Thank you for your kind comments there. And remember too, I'm just going to be here. If you want to chat, message me. It's very exciting. So I can already see my oil is heating up there. And I basically just want to lay them, not quite hot enough yet, but sometimes I peak a little too early. I'm going to lay them around the outside of the pan and work my way around like that. And then pretty much within about a minute, or a minute or so, I'll be ready to turn those over. Right, nearly there, looking good. And you want to give them a little bit of space as well. Really important. And those are going to cook. So in the oven, you might want to bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes. And you'll know when they're ready because, look, they'll be golden and delicious. Right, have I got room for the last one? I think I have. There's always room. Now, what I loved about it is because we've got that lovely Tuscan seasoning in there, absolutely delicious, divine. Because we've got that in there, it comes out with those really yummy, almost KFC. I'm just going to squish this around a little bit. Almost that kind of KFC, chickeny kind of flavour. Right, looking good. And look, it's absolutely tasty and delicious. Just going to turn that up. So they're going to cook through. And I didn't even need to do the whole lot. They're going to take probably around 90 seconds. Oh, Ahmed Hair Color said, I'm watching you from India. What's my name? Hi, Ahmed. Good to see you on the stream. I'm Monique Bradley. I live in New Zealand. That was my website details. I actually spent some time in India late last year. I came over to Delhi and I visited Ambala and Chandigarh. I've been a TV presenter here in New Zealand, and I now jump online and I do live cooking demonstrations like this one tonight, and I talk about the fact that I've lost quite a bit of weight and transformed my health. And I also love shopping. So next Tuesday I'll be online as well with some amazing Mother's Day special offers, because it's Mother's Day here in New Zealand on the 13th. So it's really exciting. I've got some really cool products to show you guys as well. So Ahmed, make sure you like my Facebook page so you can come and watch that live stream, because we can still, my clients who are in that show can actually ship to India, you know. So it's pretty exciting. All right, now if you've sent me a message and I've missed you, I do apologize. But I think there's one of my channels, I can't see all your comments. Now what I can already smell, see that's heating up beautifully. I can already smell that amazing kind of, KFC flavor. Without all the nasties in there. This is a much happier option for my body and for my health. So you notice I didn't use a huge amount of oil in there, and that's already starting to cook away. Now what I do notice though is that this frying pan and this heat and this recipe, it does cook quite fast. So you do have to check your pieces quite quickly. Now you notice even these pieces are starting to go white around the side. So that tells me it's probably time to flip them over. Let's have a look. Oh, looking good. Looking good right there. And these will go beautiful and golden. Look at that. Stephen and James, what do you think of that? How's that then, love? Pretty darn gorgeous. And I'm excited about this because this is my dinner tonight. So good. Now it's 7:30 in my private Facebook group. I'll actually be doing another live demonstration, and I'll be making a low-carb panna cotta. And it's really, really amazing. See, those ones are looking really, really crispy and delicious. Beautiful, look at that. How does that look, team? Looking good? So my low-carb panna cotta is really, really simple. Only the people in my Facebook group have access to that. If you want to get access to my Facebook group, you can get a membership via my Facebook, through my website, moniquebradley.tv. It's basically half the price of a cup of coffee every week. And it means that if you've got questions about weight loss, or if you're concerned about your health, we can actually work together a little bit more in depth. I put in there motivation topics. We look at goals. I have some amazing health experts in the group as well who are more than happy to talk to you too. So if you've got any questions at all, it's a really good support group. So it's pretty cool. Leanne, hi. Jump back on the wagon. You've lost 8 kilos since Easter. I'm so proud of you. You well know the struggle is real with me and me, honey. I totally get you. So good to lose weight eating. I so agree. After years of starvation, I love that I can eat tasty food just like this. And it's so damn quick. I mean, look at that. We're just about done, team. Oh, have we got, I need to put on the fan there. I'm just going to turn my heat down because we're getting really hot in here. So look at that. There's my tasty, tasty chicken nuggets right there. And I hope you guys know how to check if your chicken is cooked. If you don't, I'll give you guys a small tester right here. Good to see. Oh, there's so many of you watching the stream. Hi everybody. Hi Raja, who's also over in India. Good to see you. You want to check your chicken. So the last one that I put in were the ones in the center. So I want to check and see if they're done. Almost. We're about 30 seconds away and we're done. So that's what we want to see. The juice is all run clear, but I've just noticed a tiny little bit of pink in the middle. But how are we looking? Looking pretty darn good by the looks of it. Just turn all those over one last time. So you'll notice that, no deep frying like chicken nuggets you'd get from a restaurant. This is a much healthier option. And the best part is there's no refined white flour in here. So it is a better option for those of you like me who can't handle carbohydrates. So, and you'll know if carbohydrates are the problem, because chances are you get a bit bloaty. I better check that one more time. You might have a lunchtime carbohydrate coma if you have a sandwich for lunch or something like that. Right, here we go. This was another last one. Ooh, right here. How are we looking? Looking pretty good. How are we looking in the center? Perfectly cooked. Right, my friends, time to go. Look at this, onto a white platter. I know you guys probably can't see that so much, but I'll bring them to the front for you. And as I mentioned, I would serve these up with a really tasty bowl of delicious roasted cauliflower, or steamed cauliflower is absolutely delicious as well. And I would also pair that up with some sort of dressing. So for me, you know, I can eat mayonnaise and things like that, so I would probably pair that up with some mayo. I need to clean my plate though. That's what I learnt from working with Master Chef Ray McVinney. You've got to have your plate clean. Now, as you can see, I've only done half of the mixture there. So that was half. That was half of my chicken breast, and I've already made enough to go with a really beautiful side salad or some vegetables. And because it's loaded with protein and good fats, that's going to keep you really, really full. So it's a fantastic option if you are really into, you like a bit of fast food, and let's be honest, who doesn't? I'm a big fan of fast food. Well, used to be, but now the cool thing is I make my own. And it's just as fast as if I was going to drive down to a fast food restaurant and get them to cook it for me. So why wouldn't you? The best part is it's even cheaper than buying it. So there you go. What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the newsfeed. Is this something you would make? That's what I really like to know. Is this something you would make? And if so, the challenge is on. I want you guys to make it. Send me a picture. Tell me what you think of the recipe. You saw how easy it is. And in fact, if you've just joined the live stream, hello and welcome to you. Making chicken tenders or chicken nuggets tonight. Seriously, so easy. You need to whip up an egg, cut up some slices of chicken, grab some almond meal, which if you are a low carber like me, you always have in the pantry. You're gonna double dip your chicken like that. Oopsie. Better add my Cajun seasoning. That's the magic right there. Leanne, yum. You could coat zucchini in the same way and make chips. 100%. I have done that very thing actually. It's really, really tasty. So good. And then you've got that option too, Leanne. You can either pop it in, pan fry it like I've done, or you can spray some olive oil over the top, and you can put it on a baking tray, of course. Spray some olive oil over the top. And then, yeah, bake it in the oven, 200 degrees, fan bake for around 15 to 20 minutes. You'll know when it's done because your coating will go golden, just like I've done over there. I hope they look all right in the camera as they are here, but they're pretty darn tasty. And the good thing is, yeah, oh, whoops, wrong one. Had to think about that. The good thing is, yeah, really cost effective. And I think it's so important when you're trying to lose weight to actually consider the foods you're actually popping into your mouth and really eat consciously, because when you control what you eat, you've got no excuse. You know, they always say you are what you eat, so don't be cheap, easy, fast or fake. That's what I think anyway. That's awesome. So there you go, super fast and easy. I'm going to pan fry these last chicken tenders for my dinner. But remember too, if you want this recipe, it's available on my website. My website details will come up on the screen. There they are. You can head to my website, moniquebradley.tv. Look, there's a heap of low carb, tasty as recipes already loaded in there. There's my URL. Go on there, and I've got some great blog articles too. So if you're dealing, say, with cravings, or perhaps you are really struggling with knowing what to eat, or you want to know more about protein, actually that's what I started talking about tonight. Not everything I eat is based on meat proteins either, so I do eat a lot of vegetarian proteins. And I have written an article on how you can actually create what we call complete proteins using a combination of, say, nuts and seeds instead of having to eat meat all the time, because not all of us wants to live low carb and turn into a meter sore. I'm not that kind of girl. It's not for everybody's body type. In fact, I learnt yesterday, this is pretty interesting, a gentleman who came to visit us yesterday, he was talking about the fact that he's a chef and that his partner is Japanese, and that a lot of Japanese people actually can't process, they don't eat a lot of meat because their digestive systems are longer. Their large intestines are longer, and they actually struggle to really process red meat in their system. So there you go. That was a good piece of learning. I don't, you know, who knows if it's true or not, but I think so. You like this, Leanne? There you go. Perfect. Glad I can make you laugh there. Fantastic stuff. So good. Well, team, 7:26. I've got another live stream coming up at 7:30, so I'm going to head away. If you've got any questions, send me an email, get in touch via my Facebook pages. And remember to go to my website. That's where all the magic's happening. It's got a whole lot of great recipes that I know you guys are going to love. Why? Because I love them too, and they're really tasty. And it's all about learning to live in a way of eating that suits you, that works for your body, and you never feel like you're missing out. Because if you can have these delicious treats that actually serve your body, you'll never sabotage your diet again. That sounds like success to me. So go to my website, get the recipes, and treat yourself, my people, because that's what it's all about. Hey, a big thank you to Mr. Pete Ward, who's behind the camera. He's my producer and director tonight, and he has to do all the recipe testing with me as well. So thanks, Pete. You are amazing. And remember, my website is where the magic happens. Go and be fabulous. See you guys. Take care. See you next Tuesday. Bye.